Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is the reading for the 6-2 Human Design Profile, the Role Model Hermit. If you don't know your profile, there is a link in the description for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. Your profile will be listed on there. You don't really need to know anything else about human design except for your profile, of course, in order to receive these messages. I try my best not to use a ton of human design language just so the message doesn't get lost or confused. And especially, if this is your first, I want to say interaction, but that's not the right word, whatever, interaction with human design, it's just like, when I first started my hyperfixation on human design, this was back in like 2018. I'm like, I understand what these words mean, but in this context, used in this way, this sounds like gibberish to me. So same with like astrology. Like, they're talking about squares and oppositions and trines and sextiles and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I remember one of the first astrology readings that I had done. This guy was, first of all, talking really fucking fast, which, I'm usually fine with that until he's like, oh, you have this squaring that and this opposing that. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue what any of that means. And like, I just was confused, I got literally nothing out of that. So anyway, the intention for these readings is to be an additional avenue or an additional source for you to receive a message, because not every 6-2 is a Pisces or a Capricorn, so definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings. And let's get you a couple cards for our 6-2s. How many cards is this? That's way too many. Is it? Oh, yeah. It was either 5 or 6 cards. I'm like, that's too many. Like, condense the message down into fewer cards. If all those cards come out again, we'll take them, but we don't take the cards that flip in the deck because we want commitment. We want commitment. So we only take the cards that actually come out of the deck, but not when there's like 5 or 6 of them. There's conditions over here. Interesting that's even coming up. And also, like, I didn't like want to say it out loud because I was just kind of sitting here with my eyes closed, just shuffling the deck and focusing on the message for you guys. And I heard in my head, and I like, at least I said it out loud. I don't think long enough. I don't think I said it loud enough for you guys to hear, but I heard, I trust you. So I just kind of like reinforce that into the cards. So then it's like interesting that I'm like, oh, there's conditions. I trust you, but within these parameters. Okay, I release the conditions. We have the King of Pentacles. Look what happens when you release conditions. We have the Emperor. One more. Okay, it's like you're gonna get more than you want. Okay. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Let me just make sure everything is in frame here. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. It almost kind of feels like a family. Interesting. It does feel like a family. And even like I keep looking at this Emperor card and I keep thinking conditions. Like those are the conditions, or that's where the conditions are coming from. I also kind of feel like I'm feeling the family route because of literal. We have the literal Father of Pentacles and the Mother of Pentacles, and then the Daughter of Wands. Right? Like, and if I'm not sure if I would have been going that route if it would have said the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, or the Page of Wands. I don't know if I would have like gone down the family route, but I mean, this can certainly be calling in a relationship, and your conditions on that is that it is practical, that you both are kind of, on the same page about what you want out of relationship, and that you would want family, children. I also think that it's interesting that we have 2 fire cards out here and 2 earth cards out here too. Scorched earth. It's like, when people say I'm going scorched earth, what does that mean? Also, Scorched Earth Tarot is like my fucking all-time favorite. Like if you haven't watched any of her readings yet, I highly recommend. But these are also the times where I wish I had my laptop here, but I don't bring it over here because I'll just fucking Google everything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of feel like it just becomes too distracting. So give me your definition of like scorched earth. I feel like I'm like trying to kind of feel into it. Like, is it kind of like foobar or like, going 1000, it's like fuck everything type of thing. Like, almost like at wit's end, and it's like literally I just keep imagining this feeling of like releasing a lot of energy, like that type of thing, not putting up with like bullshit. maybe you are like getting serious about dating or getting serious about, really finding a fucking partner, like not messing around with, even vocabulary is coming to mind, like really communicating and getting clear on this is what I'm looking for out of dating. Point blank, period. Like if that's not something that you're looking for, like if that's not a direction, if you're not serious, then I don't have time for that in my life. This would also be somebody too who would like, again, I know I said like be in alignment with you. Also like be very practical since it's earth. There would be even a high physical attraction. And then there's this daughter of wands, this like literal fireworks here. Maybe you have a child. Maybe you are going to meet somebody with a child. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a daughter, but it would definitely be a younger child. Also, pentacles are money and stability. So even again, like being in alignment with goals, aspirations, even like how you budget money, how your approach to money. This does feel like, I mean, it's very serious. Whatever it is. Because again, we have this emperor in the middle, and I feel like the emperor is just not going to let any bullshit slide. The emperor is very disciplined. There's a law and order aspect. It's the divine masculine as well, not the gender, but when we think divine masculine, we think initiating, providing, giving, audacity, even. Like I always kind of think of have the audacity of a mediocre white dude. It's like literally not settling for anything less than literally what you want. And it's like not staying in situations that are just kind of bullshitting you too. It's like as soon as you clock the bullshit, leave. It like release the connection in any aspect of your life, your work, your job, how you make your money. And of course I know, right? Like I totally fucking I 100% know that the job market is fucking trash right now. So of course, right? Like whatever is accessible to you, even if it's like, clamping or literally cutting your energy towards a thing. Like if you believe in energy exchanges and cord cutting and all of that, cord clamping, like if you can't quite yet cut that cord to clamp it so that at least there's no exchange of energy that's happening. And also too, you can decide from there, like, is this a cord that I do want to cut, or do I want to set up boundaries around this specific cord? Same again with relationships, romantic relationships. Like, if once somebody starts being on their shit, once you see it, you got to go. Especially if it's not in alignment with you, it's not going to change. And they're just finally showing their ass, like it takes a little while for people, you can't sustain pretending. which also too is like a opportunity for you to get very intentional in your interactions with people, why you are choosing the interactions that you're choosing, even like why you're choosing the jobs that you're choosing. Right? Like, is it in alignment? And I feel like on this Father of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, I feel like that's Mount Everest. It fucking might be K2, actually. I feel like Mount Everest has more of like a shelf over here, whatever you call that, a ridge over here. This might be fucking K2, which I wish I knew. This deck doesn't have a guidebook with it. And like 2 weeks ago, my whole personality was Mount Everest and K2 and Annapurna and Denali and basically the 8,000 meter peaks. I was like fucking obsessed. And Everest, here's the thing, like Everest, I would have never even put that together in this card. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen this card and had no clue. And I might be wrong too. I mean, that may just be some fucking random mountain, but Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, but K2 is the most dangerous. Like they call it the Savage Mountain. It's more dangerous than Mount Everest. So it's like, it's almost, I don't want to say more of an accomplishment because fucking any of those would be an accomplishment. But even that they call K2 the Savage Mountain, literally, I mean, like you may be in this period where you find yourself having to be a bit more savage. And again, I mean, that can literally be in any aspect of your life. It does not have to be relationship. The only reason, like I said, that I even brought that shit up, because I don't do relationship readings anyway. I just never really resonated with relationship readings. I don't watch them myself. So I just don't do them. Like, I mean, if of course, here we are, right? I mean, if that energy shows up, we talk about it. But this doesn't have to be relationships. This can literally be yourself and having goals for yourself and even setting intentions. Like intentions this week have been my current personality, and really digging into intention, because good luck finding somebody to explain intention just without having manifestation attached to it in the sense of like spiritual manifestation, or like attaching a woo-woo type of principle to it, or without talking about it in relation to dating or being in relationships. And don't get me wrong, obviously I'm reading tarot, so like I love woo woo, but I'm just like, bro, what is the fucking definition not attached to some other practice of intention? And I finally asked ChatGPT, which I try not to use anymore because of, the environmental impact and shit, right? And also fucking AI. Like, I'm not a huge fan of feeling bamboozled. And I feel like I've been bamboozled by AI too much, too often, or, often, or not often, lately. Fuck. Anyway, so like I said, I asked fucking ChatGPT and I wish I could remember what it said. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was basically like it's a thought. It starts with your mindset. It's a frame of mind, right? Like it's a goal, an aspiration. However, though, it cannot come to fruition without action. It's literally just an idea until you put action into it. Like you can wake up in the morning and be like, I intend, you know, whatever. I intend to, you know, get this, and this done. Like I intend to be productive today. There's two ways your day can go. Either you take action towards that productivity, whatever it is, you know. And it's like, don't even put too much shit on your list. Like make it reasonable, right? But I've been wanting to clean out my closet. Not I want to clean out my closet. I want to paint the whole house. I want to, you know, do, you know, like a deep clean of everything. And then on top of that, I want to go grocery shopping and get a mani-pedi or, you know, whatever. I'm just literally throwing shit out there. But it's like making it reasonable. But right, okay, so let's just use the example of like I've been wanting to clean out my closet, right? Like I intend to clean out my closet today. And it's like one of those things too of like, what is the intention behind that, right? Like, because you know that there is energy in your closet that is literally just hanging there, you know, like the energy has been used for its purpose, and literally, you know, like by purging or by cleaning out your closet, you are literally cleaning out energy that has been used, that has literally just been sitting there, or you know, to make more space, to even just see what clothes you have, you know, what fits, what doesn't. It's always fun to like find something, you know, in the back of your closet that you totally forgot that you even had. But right, so that there's two ways that can go. Either you do that, you take action towards that, or you don't. Right. So again, like intention, it's either going to stay an idea or it's going to stay as a goal or something that you want to do, or you're actually going to take action towards those. And that's kind of what also like I'm feeling with these cards, because we have the action card here. So there's these practical things here. The King of Pentacles coming out first, I feel like would be that, even again, like I was kind of going on that tangent about K2, like the aspiration, the goal. Maybe that is a place where you feel you are at, like you have accomplished a goal. You have gotten to the level of leadership or authority that like you want to have, because truly like kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? Like this is mastering something, getting to a point of mastering where, you know, people look to you, you're able to provide, you can share your knowledge, you can share your journey, your expertise, you know, and maybe consulting in some form, and you know, like you can charge for that as well. And then the Queen of Pentacles is more internal. It's making sure that you are also meeting your own needs, nourishing yourself, self-care. And then with this Emperor card in the middle with this tree growing out of the brain, like that's why I started talking about intention. Like, what is it? What's the idea that has been growing, that you have been fostering, that you have been feeding? Because this tree didn't get that big on its own. You know, like there's something that's been brewing in there. This is a card of Aries and Mars. Mars is in Scorpio right now, which is also one of its homes. I believe it was conjunct with Mercury, or maybe it still is. Honestly, I don't know. But I've been yawning a lot lately too, which is weird. It is weird because it's new. Anyway, you know, Mars is the planet of like motivation and oomph. It's fire too, right? So again, like what have you been focusing a lot of your intention on? And what is your motivation? Where do you find your oomph, you know? The Page of Wands, pages are new. They're the apprentices. I feel like the Page of Wands is like, um, you know, it's curiosity and adventure. And, you know, pages aren't going to attach themselves to any one thing. They're going to try something, see how it goes, get what they need to get out of it, and then they're going to go to the next thing that strikes their curiosity, that excites them. Also, even too, like by setting intention, it almost gives you purpose too. Like it starts these fireworks. It makes you feel alive, really. Like you have a direction to go in. You know, like the King of Pentacles would be an external expression, an external mastery. The Queen of Pentacles would be the internal. And then literally this tree growing in the middle. And those two things like coming together. The Daughter of Wands or the Page of Wands could also even be changing how you express yourself externally, like changing your hair, changing your makeup, changing your clothes, which, you know, like I said, you know, well, I use that example of the cleaning out your closet. You know, like what is in alignment with you, you know, like are there clothes that like you used to wear that you just wouldn't wear again? Donate them, you know, put them on Facebook Marketplace. Find a shelter or something, you know. Um, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And if you're still here, thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't done so already, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, say hi, like the video. What did I say? You know, save it. Even if you just click the button, you know, save it and then unsave it, I think it counts. But those are all free ways to support me and the channel and help this space grow. And we have the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Wands at the top of the deck. Seven of Pentacles. Twos. Twos are the planning. The what am I going to do? This Two of Swords feels like it's like you're one decision away. Truly, it's literally up to you. Like, we have this rope here. It's like it's holding on by one thread. Swords have to do with our mind and our mindset. So it could even just be like having an attachment to an old belief system, an old way of thinking, a mindset too, that just kind of is really holding on. It does not want to let go. But literally, I mean, truly being one decision away, or even just like one minor shift of how you're perceiving something, fully committing to a new belief. And even like, look how on both of these twos, there's this X here. These are, two sticks being rubbed together, which is creating fire, right? These swords are, have been cutting through this rope. And in both cases, right? Because obviously twos come after one, right? So it's still kind of the beginning process. Like we have the Ace of Swords already. We have the Ace of Wands already. And now it's like, what do I do with this energy? How are my beliefs and my ideas, my perception changing? And that's going to take me releasing an old belief, an old idea of something in order to foster a new one. Right? I mean, like there's smoke happening in the Two of Wands. We don't quite see the flame yet. So again, right? Like in both of these cards, it's like it's right there. And even with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, which is hilarious because I don't shuffle reversals into my decks. I think it's like an OCD thing. I cannot handle cards going two different directions, but if they come out in the reverse, we keep them that way. So that's kind of hilarious. The Ten of Wands talks about relieving yourself of burden. We have all these matches here that have burnt out, and the Ace of Wands is literally a mic, or a mic. What? Where did that come from? A match that is lit. So it's like trying a bunch of different things, trying to get something off the ground, trying to find that motivation, the passion, and with it being in the reverse, this could be an internal process, like almost even feeling burdened by your motivation, burdened by, the amount of energy that you're putting into a thing. The card that comes after that is the Four of Swords, which is rest. It's interesting that we now, all of a sudden, it's like wands and swords. Remember at the beginning when I was like, that's too many cards, and now look at us. There's 8 cards out here. But now we have all the elements out here also, which is interesting. But the Four of Swords talks about rest, meditation, truly giving yourself like a mental break from even maybe this Ten of Wands. And also even like what happens over here, by changing your mindset, by, a couple more strokes of these two sticks together, you're there, right? And it's like that would release the burden and give yourself an opportunity to mentally relax. take a breather, you know? Beautiful. All right, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.